Hey, what's up guys? It's Nick here, and I want to start this video off today with a question. And I want to ask you, do you actually have a huge to-do list with all kinds of things you need to get done during a certain day or a week? You probably do, like most of us, right? Now, how many things on that list do you actually get done every time? Probably not everything. And does it feel like sometimes you could have done more with your day and you could have done more of the things you needed to do? Probably yes, like most of us have that feeling also. So that's why in this video, we're gonna talk about why it's important to focus on your number one thing every day. So let's just jump right into it. Most people I know are really great at making a huge to-do list. They kind of think of the big goal they want to achieve, and they think of all the little bit of nitty-gritty tasks they have to do to attain that goal. And they put a lot of different things on their plate to actually make it happen. They eventually get 1, 2, or 3 things done till they start to procrastinate and actually not go forward anymore. And then they quit fighting for their goal altogether and they say, yeah, no, this just didn't work out. And when I started my first business, I was kind of in the same place. I knew I needed to do a lot of different things. So I had a big goal of, building this business, and I knew I needed to create content, reach out to people, do some research, all kinds of stuff I needed to do to really get this business going. But often it felt very overwhelming. And even though I did get some things done, I didn't feel like I was actually moving forward. I really didn't understand where it was coming from, because from the outside perspective, it looked like I was getting things done. My business wasn't moving forward. I was like juggling 100 balls at the same time. And I knew something had to change for me to actually finally start to build this business the right way. And around that time, I started to work with a coach. And this coach told me, Nick, you have to focus on your one thing if you want to move this business forward. So I listened to him and I did kind of research online and really understood what does he mean by one thing. I got some, productivity tools and hacks to focus on my one thing. And I got it started. I had nothing to lose, so I thought, why don't I give it a shot? So that's what I started doing. I looked at a big goal that I have, building this business, and I sliced it down into smaller and smaller and smaller goals. So I looked at my 20-year goal and I sliced it down to my 10-year goal, and I sliced that one down to my 5-year goal, and I sliced that one down to my 1-year goal, to my monthly goal, to my weekly goal, to my daily goal, and actually to something I have to do right now. And I figured out when I do this every single day, I knew exactly what I needed to focus on that specific day to move my business forward. And I did this practice for the next month. And even though I didn't get as much done as I'd like to, I actually felt more accomplished and my business was actually moving forward because I knew exactly what I needed to focus on to get to my weekly goal, to my monthly goal, to my yearly goal, and etc, etc, etc. So sometimes from the outside perspective, people were thinking, hey Nick, are you actually working? Are you actually doing stuff? I told me, yeah, I am. But I am really focusing on my one most important thing because I knew if I get that one thing done, my business is gonna move forward. I guess you're thinking by yourself right now, Nick, why should I just focus on one thing? I need to do so many different things to reach my goal. Why is focusing on my one thing so important? Well, it's because of the domino effect. Have you heard of the domino effect? Let me kind of explain it to you. Scientists discovered when a domino falls over, it can topple bigger things. And it can actually topple something that is 50% bigger as the first domino. So if you just start with a 2-inch domino and you start to toppling it down, by the 10th domino, you can, topple someone, a person that is 6'6" tall, like a big, huge ass quarterback. And once you finally reach the 18th domino, you can think of something like the Tower of Pisa, and you can kind of topple that one down. The 23rd domino, well, think of the Eiffel Tower. You can topple that one down. The 31st domino will be bigger than the Mount Everest. And around the 57th domino, you pretty much reach the moon and you can topple that down. And all of that started with a tiny little domino focused on his one thing, just toppling up the next domino and the next domino. Just something that is 50% bigger than itself. And then it started from a 2-inch domino, and by the 57th domino, it could topple up a moon. And I know your goal is not to topple the moon. This is just of course, a metaphor to use it, but it's a really interesting thing to think about. That if you just start with something super small and the only thing you need to do is to focus on the next one and the next one and the next one, that eventually you can bring something down, you can actually accomplish something bigger in the future. We want to line up our one thing dominoes, and then we want to just focus on the very next one. Knowing that if we do that, we actually create a lot of momentum that we can topple down even larger ones, and we can do the next biggest task and the next biggest task by just starting with the very first thing that's right in front of us. You just need to focus on the very next domino that could topple down the next domino. So I want us to do kind of a little exercise so that you know exactly what you need to focus on for the next day, for the next week, for the next month, all right? And this exercise is called goal setting to the now. You know, this is one that's created by Gary Keller, and it's actually from his book, The One Thing. So now what we want to do is we want to take your big goal, your big outcome that you want to achieve in a couple of years, and we want to figure out what you need to do right now to get closer to that goal. And I want you to kind of think of this like with those Russian Matryoshka dolls. You kind of know what I'm talking about, right? They're like dolls and a doll and a doll and a doll. And this is similar how we want to look at your big goal. Your one thing right now is nested in your one thing today. Your one thing today is nested in your one thing this week. Your one thing this week is nested in your one thing this month. You can go on and on and on till you come to your big outcome goal. So if you want, you can take a piece of paper and you can pause the video and you can kind of do this together with me. So let's get this started. So the first thing you want to do is think of your one-day goal, your someday goal, a big outcome that you want to achieve. And this could be anything. This could be in health, in building a business, in your career, in financials, and one big goal that you eventually want to come to. Now let's tie that back to your 5-year goal. What is one thing you need to achieve in 5 years that ties to your someday goal, that's going to help you achieve your someday goal? Now connect this to your 1-year goal. What is one thing you need to achieve in your 1-year goal that is tied to your 5-year goal, that will help you get there to your 5-year goal? Now connect that to your 6-month goal. What do you need to achieve in 6 months? What is the one thing you need to achieve in 6 months to come closer to your 1-year goal? Now connect it to your monthly goal. What is one thing you need to achieve in this month to get closer to your 6-month goal? And let's go even further. Let's tie that to our weekly goal. What do you need to achieve this week to come closer to your 1-month goal? And we go even a step deeper. So what is one thing you need to achieve today to come closer to your 1-week goal? And then lastly, what can you do right now? What can you do right after this video that will help you achieve your 1-day goal? So if you haven't done this exercise while we're kind of talking, pause the video or do it after the video. It's a very interesting one to kind of think about. And you might come to something very simplistic. It might just be, if you want to become more healthier, you know, it could be writing a grocery list. If you want to start working out more, maybe finding the gym you want to work out for. If you want to, you know, let's say your big goal is becoming a millionaire. Today, it might be just tracking your expenses. That might be the one thing you need to achieve to eventually become a millionaire, because you kind of really went deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper, and it makes more sense right now. For me, for example, if I look at one of my health goals, my someday goal is to run one of those ultra iron marathons, you know, those heavy ones that they're just are gonna kill you in a way. And I probably cannot do this right now. I'm not that fit in this moment, but I eventually want to achieve this. So then I look at, you know, my 5-year goal. What do I need to achieve in 5 years to eventually do that, you know, ultra Ironman? Well, in 5 years, I probably need to at least do one Ironman, like a normal Ironman, to get myself into that habitual thing. So what will be my 1-year goal then? In 1 year, I might do my first marathon. I've actually never run a marathon, so it might be a good idea to start a marathon run. So if I go later down below, what is my 6-month goal? In 6 months, I could run my first 15 miles on my own. Just running 15 miles, just so I'm really in the practice of doing the marathon. What will be my 1-month goal to eventually reach that 15 miles? Maybe I just need to run every day for 5 miles. What my goal could be for this 1 month is to run 5 miles, is to really be good at running 5 miles. What would be my 1-week goal? My 1-week goal would be actually to run every single day for 2 miles. What would be my daily goal? My daily goal will be run today for 2 miles. That will be my one goal to achieve my weekly goal and to achieve my monthly goal. And what do I need to achieve right now to go to my weekly goal? Is I probably need to get my running shoes ready. I just need to get my running shoes ready because I haven't used them for a little while. You see, this is a very simplistic example, it seems like. Now you can see like how running an ultra marathon can just be right now focusing on getting the right shoes for my running, and just focusing on running 2 miles a day. I don't need to be overwhelmed with all the things you need to do to eventually run that ultra marathon, you know, all the other stuff you need to get prepared. I just need to focus on today running 2 miles, getting my shoes ready and running 2 miles. And then tomorrow I can do the exact same exercise and see what I need to do. And in a month from now, 2 months from now, my daily might be changing. You know, in a month from now, your daily action could be run 5 miles a day. Or it could be even watch your ultramarathon video and really learn how to do that. It could maybe connect with someone who did an ultramarathon. It could be whatever it is, but it's really always good to look at a big goal and always just distill it into smaller and smaller and smaller pieces so that you don't get overwhelmed and you don't get like, I need to do so many things to get there. You actually don't. You just need to focus on the next thing that's in front of you and do your best to kill and crush that thing. So I hope this video was helpful for you guys. Let me know in the comments what your one thing is. I'm really curious of like, what are you going to focus on today to really reach your big goal? So let me know what your big goal is and let me know what you're going to do today to reach that. And I'll see you guys next time.